Welcome back to Continental Food and Cake TV. If it's your first time here, you are highly welcome. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing this amazing recipe that I came up with. I'm going to show you how to make meat pie with avocado. No butter. There's no butter in this recipe and it tastes yummy. I love meat pie so much, but the butter that is added into meat pie sometimes makes me not to eat meat pie. So I decided to come up with this recipe. I've tried this, tasted it, it's yummy, and I said no, I'm going to share it with all of my subscribers. There must be somebody out there who doesn't want the butter but you still want to enjoy the meat pie. So today I'm going to show you how to make meat pie with avocado, no butter, and it tastes yummy. So if you want to see how I'm going to do that, please keep watching, relax and watch me make the meat pie. If you're new here, you've not subscribed, please subscribe, turn on your notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you are not going to miss out. And thumbs up this video when you finish watching it. And for some of us who are new here, I have another channel which is called Joy Beauty, where I upload makeup, like the makeup that I'm wearing now. I have filmed it for the other channel, so you can check it out. It's Joy Beauty. So let's get started. For ingredients, these are all the ingredients I'm going to use to make the meat pie filling. And in here, I have 500 grams of minced beef. Then I have the potato, 3 large potatoes that I chopped into cube sizes, and 1 large carrot. Then I have aromats to flavor it, salt for taste, black pepper, which is optional. You can use any pepper you have at home or you can just leave it out. Then I have the curry powder, half a teaspoon, minced herb, half a teaspoon, and non-chicken to give it taste. In here I have 600 grams of self-rising flour. Then I have the avocado himself, 300 grams, and this is cold and soft. Salt to add taste to it. Then I'm going to be mixing with cold water, 300 ml. So this is for the dough, to make the dough. The first thing I'm going to do is to prepare the filling for the meat pie. I have the pan heating up in a medium high. To that I'm going to add the minced meat. With the minced meat, I'm going to be frying it on its own, no vegetable oil and no onion, because the minced meat contains 20% fat. I'm not a fan of onion in my meat pie, but if you are, you have to fry your onion for 1 to 2 minutes before you add in your minced meat. And I'm going to be frying this for 1 to 2 minutes before adding the seasoning. Next, I'm going to be adding the seasoning into the minced meat. In here, I have 1 non-chicken, 1 curry powder, half a teaspoon, minced herb, half a teaspoon. Then mix that in. If you can see that the minced meat is producing its own fat. That is fat. So that's why you do not want to add vegetable oil. So this is what it's looking like after frying it for 4 to 5 minutes. To that, I'm going to add in some salt. After adding some salt, I'm going to add black pepper. And I'm adding half a teaspoon of the black pepper. This black pepper tastes so good and smells very nice. So please try it out. If you've not been using black pepper, please try it out. And it's from Aldi. So next I'm going to be adding aroma to add more flavor to the meat pie. Just sprinkle it on top of the minced meat. I've added all the seasoning and I've fried the minced beef till brown. You need to fry your minced meat till brown before adding the carrot and potato, which I'm adding in now. So I'm adding in the carrot and potato. Then I'm going to mix it together. Mix it really well until it's well combined with the minced meat. After mixing it really well, by this time you want to taste if you need more salt, but I don't need more salt. Next, I'm going to be adding some water to help the potato and carrot cook until soft, but not too soft, because it's still going to the oven and it's going to be cooking there as well. So next I'm going to cover it with the lid and allow it to cook for 8 to 10 minutes, then come back to it. While the minced meat is cooking for 8 to 10 minutes, I'm going to use this time and mix the dough. And today I'm going to be using avocado, as I mentioned before, which is 300 grams. And this is avocado. I know a lot of us know avocado, but you need avocado that is so soft and cold. This is cold, straight from the fridge. And the flour, which is 600 grams self-rising flour, I've sieved my flour. I did it off camera to save time. I'm going to be adding half a teaspoon of salt into the flour. I've sieved my flour. You need to do that. Then add in the avocado, which is 300 grams of avocado. Then I'm going to start mixing that with my clean hands. My hands are clean. I'm transferring it to a different bowl, a bigger bowl, because that bowl was smaller for me to work with. So with my hands, I'm going to work that into the flour. So I'm going to really mix that in until it looks something like a breadcrumbs. Remember that this is avocado, it's not butter, so you might not get the same consistency when it comes to mixing this with the flour. You all know avocado is so good for our body and contain good fat and also have a lot of health benefit and also vitamin E and C. So adding it into your daily food is so important. So this is what it's looking like after mixing the avocado with the flour. To help form a dough, I'm going to be adding cold water, and I'm adding little at a time. You don't want to dump all the water there. So I'm forming a dough now, and if you notice, I'm not adding no egg, no sugar. This dough or this meat pie is on the healthy side. If you're watching your weight, this is the recipe for you. As you all know, as I said, the avocado is healthy. I'm transferring it to my work surface, which is clean, and I'm going to knead it with my hands, and I'm not going to knead it for long because I don't want to overwork the dough. Just between 3 minutes I will stop. I'm adding some flour because I found out that it was a bit soft. You can add some flour if your dough is too soft. And on the process of kneading the dough, is going to help the avocado and the flour combine really well. And also help out when you're rolling it out. And this avocado and the flour smell so nice. So after kneading the dough for 3 minutes, this is what it's looking like. And this is the consistency you should be going for. When you touch it with your hand, it does not stain your hand. That is the perfect texture and consistency you should be going for. So I'm going to put it back in the bowl and put it in the freezer for 10 minutes. The reason why I'm putting it in the freezer is that I don't want to wait that long for 30 minutes in the fridge. So freezer for 10 minutes and you're good to go. It's been 10 minutes and I'm going to check on the meat pie filling, and this is what it's looking like. It's cooked enough for me. If you like your meat pie really moist, you just leave it like that. But I'm going to be adding 1 tablespoon of flour. I like my meat pie to be dry but not too dry. A little bit of moist but not too moist. So, but if you want your meat pie to be really moist, do not add any flour or add half a teaspoon of flour. But I'm adding 1 tablespoon to thicken it up. And if you notice, when I add the flour, I sprinkle it on top, then mix it together to avoid any lumps. You can see what the filling is looking like now. You can still see the carrot and the potato. You don't want to overcook that. You want to cook it but not too soft. So I'm going to allow this cool down completely before using it to make the meat pie. To brush on top of the meat pie, I'm going to crack 1 egg, mix it with the wooden brush and keep it aside for later use. So that's the filling for the meat pie, cooled down completely, and the dough coming out from the freezer. So these are the mold that I'm going to use to make the meat pie. I have the love heart shape mold, then I have the regular round shape. I'm going to show you how to use all this mold to make meat pie. So next I'm going to sprinkle some flour in my work surface. This is going to stop the dough from sticking to the table. I'm going to divide the dough into 2. Then roll out 1 part. With a rolling pin, I'm going to do that, but I'm going to knead the dough for 30 seconds because it's coming out from the freezer. So with a rolling pin, I'm going to really roll that dough until flat. With this, you have to work really fast. I don't want to overhandle the dough, and that is why I'm rolling it a lot to get at least 4 to 5 meat pie in 1 roll. Too much handling of the dough is going to affect the texture of your meat pie. With a round cutter, I'm going to cut the dough. Cut as much as possible as I can. The reason why I'm using that to cut is that I'm using the love heart mold. So I have to cut with this, then place it on top of the love heart mold. I'm going to show you. So I'm taking one of the dough. I'm going to place it on top of the love heart mold, making sure that I place the dough really well. Then press the center of the dough, press it in. Then scoop 1 tablespoon of the filling, place it in the center of the dough. After that, I'm going to be taking the egg wash, rub around the edge of the dough. This is going to serve as a glue. Then after doing that, I'm going to take one of the dough, place on top of the mold again, then cover it and press firmly. Press really hard. After pressing really hard, I'm going to take out the excess. So after taking out the excess, open it and you have this beautiful love heart meat pie. I'm going to repeat this process again. With one of the dough, I'm going to place on top of the mold and press the center down. Scoop 1 tablespoon of the filling and place in the center of the mold. You have to make sure it's in the center. With the egg wash, I'm going to rub around the edge as a glue. After doing that, I'm going to take one of the dough and place on top of that. After that, I'm going to cover the mold together. Press it firmly, very firmly. After doing that, take out the excess. Gently take out the excess while holding the mold firmly. Open it and you get this beautiful meat pie. So beautiful. And this is what it's looking like. So I'm rolling the rest of the dough. If you're wondering where I got the love heart mold, I got it from AliExpress, but I think you can also get it in eBay. All you need to do is to type in love heart mold for meat pie. With the back of the mold, I'm using it to cut. This is the second shape of the meat pie. So this mold has 3 sets. I'm using the big size to cut. Then with the medium size of the mold, I'm going to take one of the dough, place on top of it. Scoop 1 tablespoon of the filling and place in the center of the mold. With the egg wash, I'm going to rub around the edge to serve as a glue. Close the mold together and press firmly, really firmly, and hold it and take out the excess. After taking out the excess, open the mold and you get this beautiful meat pie, and this is what it looks like. I'm going to repeat this step again. With one of the dough, I'm going to place in the meat pie mold. Scoop 1 tablespoon of the filling, place in the center of the dough. With the egg wash, rub around the edge. Close the mold together and press firmly. Take out the excess. Open it and you will get this beautiful meat pie. But in case you don't have all this mold in your house, you can use a saucer. Roll in your dough, place it on top of your dough, take it out, use a knife and cut around it. That is if you do not have all this mold. You can still make your meat pie at home. Cut around it, take out the excess, scoop 1 tablespoon of the filling, place in the center of the dough. Then with the egg wash, rub around the edge, one side of the edge. After that, lift the dough over to the other side and press firmly. That's the saucer that I used to cut it. Then you can now use a fork and press around the edge just to dent it and also give it a kind of design. So this is how to make meat pie with mold and with saucer. So look at that, beautiful. But by this time your oven should be heating up, and you need to heat your oven 180 degrees for 10 to 15 minutes before putting your meat pie. So this is what the meat pie is looking like. This is the love heart after rolling it out and molding it with the mold. This is the second tray which I'm going to be baking later. So to bake your meat pie in the oven, you need to put it in a baking rack or a baking tray with a parchment paper. This is going to help your meat pie not to stick to the tray. So I'm poaching it with a fork. With the egg, I'm going to brush on top of the meat pie, and I'm using the plastic brush to do that, but you can use a wooden brush if that's what you have. And I'm going to be very generous with the egg wash, brushing on top of the meat pie. This is going to help it come out in the oven golden brown and also add shine to it. So I'm going to be baking this in the oven 180 degrees. Depending on your oven. So this is the meat pie and I'm going to put it in the oven. And remember, your oven should be hot before you put in the meat pie. You do not want to put your meat pie in a cold oven. So I'm going to open the oven, and if you're putting your meat pie in the oven, you want to put it in the center of the oven shell. which is what I'm doing. I'm going to leave this to bake until golden brown, 20 to 25 minutes, 180 degree, depending on your oven. And this is what it's looking like after 20 to 25 minutes. Golden brown, beautiful. So this is the meat pie. This is the finished result. This is what it's looking like, and this meat pie has cooled down completely, and I've ate some already. Me and my children, we couldn't wait, so we ate some already. But what I'm going to do is to take one of it, break into it so that you see what it looks like. And this meat pie tastes yummy. So I'm taking one, which is the love heart, which is my favorite, and the other one, which is the regular shape of meat pie. But my favorite, as I said, is the love heart. So I'm going to break into that one. So this is what it's looking like inside, and remember, this has cooled down completely. So when the meat pie cools down completely, it makes it a little bit firmer. So this is what it's looking like, because I was busy eating the meat pie. So this is the regular size. This is what it looks like inside as well. Look at that, beautiful. And this meat pie tastes yummy, so yummy that you need to try it. Most especially, as I said, if you're watching your weight and you want to eat healthy meat pie. The other meat pie is tasty as well, but this is yummy. So please try it out. I hope you've learned how to make meat pie with avocado in this video, and also learn how to use the mold if you want to use the mold, and also use the saucer if you don't have the mold. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end. Thank you to all my subscribers, to the new, the old. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming back. Do not forget to subscribe. If you're new here, you've not subscribed, share this video with your friends and family. For all the ingredients that I use in making the meat pie, and the measurement is going to be on the description box, so check that out. Do not forget to follow me on Instagram, continentalfood.cake, and also write me a comment down there, and like this video, thumbs up. It helps me out and is a kind of encouragement to do more. So I love you all so much, and I will see you in another one. Bye bye.